Hi, how you do? Welcome again to Island of Fort. Today we are in St. Ann again. Yes, we up over to St. Ann. How long we have been? We were here summer when we talked to the president. Um, already got other places, but we are at Jacksal in the stand this afternoon, and we have Coach PETERKIN with us. PETERKIN is the coach presently of the RIOS High School Dakasta Cup team. And we're going to talk to him now because we got some questions to ask him. Mr. PETERKIN, welcome.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Tell me about your early years growing up. You grew up in St. Ann, you playing the ball out, or you tell me about it?
No, I am not from St. Ann. Teaching brought me to St. Ann, really.
Okay.
So after leaving GC Foster College, I got a job here at Exchange, So, yeah, man.
Yeah. And how is it life experience and then of course, yes, sir?
Well, it's a bit calmer for sure. And regarding the talent as a teacher or a coach,
Yeah.
the talent pool is very, very high in
Mm-hmm.
compared to other parishes. I think it's a lot of talents here.
All right.
Yeah.
So you went to GC Foster. So my next question is, how did you get into coaching? What brought you and the love for this?
Well, to be honest with you, I never ever wanted to be a coach. Never, man. I had no dream, no intention.
Yeah.
But what I'll say is my high school coach, the thing as a PE teacher, you bring your captain around, you're there on him, and you learn 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But then you went to GC first, and the trick is I went to GC first to do sports administration.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the time we had to do everything.
Yeah, man.
So we had to.
You have to do everything over
Yeah.
here. Yeah, just come, man.
Yeah, so then now you have to do everything rounded. So you end up the stuff that you never really wanted to do.
Yeah.
But boy, much appreciation because after leaving GC first and coming to St. Ann,
you see the benefit.
Great benefit. Great benefit,
Yeah, man. I was reading something on you and I see where you have gone into track and field as well.
Yes.
Tell me about your track and field journey.
Well, so then when I came to St. Ann and at the primary school, I was introduced to some students here that could run.
Yeah.
By the teacher, Mr. Bird, and because I'm from GC Foster, then basically they expect you to have the expertise, which you should have coming from GC Foster.
Yeah.
And then basically I started to work with the kids. Fortunately for me, one of my boys became the fastest boy in the primary school division by the end of the year, the school year. ROHAN Edwards, his name.
Yeah.
And he also went to the CUT games and won the 100, the 200. And
in your first year?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So it was like, boy, I started off something great for me,
Yeah.
So that's where I started in terms of track and field.
In track and field.
Yes.
And you have gone to champs and so on?
Yeah, man. So then basically, you leave GC Foster. They have, Maurice Wilson was my first lecturer for 3 years.
Yeah.
And boy, to tell the truth, he gave us plenty information that definitely can help you to move on if you have the interest. But in my 4th year though, Mr. Westney,
yeah,
man, I tell you the truth, that guy gave us a lot of information where coaching is concerned.
Yeah.
And that has helped me drastically. So as it relates now to coaching now, I've been at champs, never won a medal at champs in terms of a gold medal and stuff like that,
Yeah, but is there true that an athlete presently who you have some connection have gone on some?
Well, yeah, man. So a little history is that put it this way, Nikisha Price, who won the 400 meter at the national championship is from my school.
Okay.
Anthony Cox, one of the boys that I did a lot of work with. Okay, so at Exchange now, we produce a lot of kids on the national scene. Nikisha Price, however, is one of the students from Exchange who gone on to represent the national team at the World Championship level.
And you were saying Cox?
Yeah, man, Anthony Cox now. So he now left me, went to St. Diego, took him back at York Castle, and with a lot of work, then he went to racers, work with Glenn Mills.
Yeah.
And then now I have Rohan Watson now, who I was coaching him from I was 11 to age 20, basically, and he left me, went to MVP, and then less than a year later, national champion.
Okay.
And
but your name must be called. You get any they recognize you for anything like that? Or boy, I shouldn't leave you and gone up there. So.
Well, the athletes, to be honest with you, they're appreciative, and we're kind of low key as it relates to stuff like that. You know, we're not really in the spotlight. You know.
All right. I'm from Senton, born and grew up Senton. Run up and down around them places, you usually come match schoolboy football and everything. Can tell you from the ground come up. Senton have never won a Dakar Star. No cup in a schoolboy football. You feel say the team down there, the zone then 2 week. We are talking football now.
Yes, man. Look, to be honest with you, we the coaches here need to have a little bit more competition. For example, when Mulanib came in the zone this year, it was really good for us because even though we had Dinty the year before and stuff like that, it's good because they went to the quarterfinals 2 years in a row. So then it gave a little feel from first round what it's like in terms of the initial like game one play day. You know, I think we take too long to warm up in that aspect in St. Anne.
Oh.
Both as players and coaches.
As player. You went to Cedric Titus, I watch the match, you get beaten down there.
Yes.
Who get red card? The red goalkeeper?
Yes, the goalkeeper got a red card.
The goalkeeper get a red card. All right. But at one time, it seemed like you weren't coming through the zone, or you survived. What happened?
Well, so our first 3 games were on the road. The zone set up, we were on the road for the first 3 games. We started, we went after a rocky start at Cedric. To be honest with you, the field down there, man, it's awful, man. And no, not to bash them, because I like the fact that it's your school, you're trying to get it good, but the field very bad. And the way we play, we need good surface. As I see what we have at Jacksaw, basically. So when you go into a field where the ball is booming or bouncing, coming towards it, it's very difficult to control. It's their home field, they're used to it. And as you see, as it relates to their performances in the first round, all the games at home, they win everything. So, and I can attest that the field is a part of the reason why that occurred. But after that, though, we bounce around quite efficiently.
Yeah, man, and you went through. We're gonna talk about going through and the other part. You know, yes, the tough question, them are coming.
Yes, man.
No, we won't know about when we are talking.
No, man, come back, man.
What do you think about the merging now of academies to school? What do you think? Let me say it now. We had it in St. Anne last year, you know.
Yes.
And Yakasta went,
further.
I believe, to the quarterfinals.
Yes.
And we saw what happened in Kingston.
Yes, with more.
We all know what happened. What is your thing?
All right. As a coach or as a school coach, when you don't have the amount of talents, it's more difficult for you to prepare a bunch of boys, because let's be frank, you know, you're preparing boys who are coming from grade 7, and as it relates to the quarter, you can't transfer more than 3 boys over the age of 16, and so forth. It's a bit difficult, you know. And another thing as well is housing. So then now most schools don't have housing, right? So then even if you see a boy in Westmoreland, for example, and want to become to OCHI, right, that may be a no-no because of the housing and the distance, right? However, for footballing purposes, I don't mind it. Let me tell you why. The higher the level of football, the higher the level of performance is. So what it means is that now we, on the lesser end of the stick, would need to basically make some arrangements that can now help to boost our chances, which will also boost football performance. That's for me. For example, last year when Newcastle had the help with Mount Pleasant, man, you never feel good. But when you think about it from a footballing perspective...
But hold on. As you said that, you were one of the coaches who talk against that, you know? No, you talk about... I read some... You didn't say anything about it?
Not publicly.
Not publicly?
Not publicly.
Okay. Because some people are...
Yeah, man. However, I'm telling you, as a coach, and it's in your zone, what I had a problem with was the number of players that could come in at one time. So I'm not against them playing, you know, but for example, they could transfer a 18-man squad, for example, right? Who gel for 3 years straight.
Yeah. To
come play against you now, who basically you're just a child.
So if we say plain and straight, a man just take up one team and come in and say, I want
that aspect of it I don't like. The merger, however, for me, is good. Let me tell you why I say that now.
Yeah.
If they are operating at a higher standard, I want to operate at a higher standard too. So I don't want to be a good coach at a small level.
Yeah.
So then if you're coming with better preparation, better whatever, then now it's up to me to get my education right, get my practices right, and come and beat them, because I want to do better and they want to do better as well.
So that aspect of it.
I love it, but in terms of the numbers, I have a problem there, so.
You have a problem there. All right.
The reason for me with the numbers, right?
Yeah.
If I can only bring in 3 players, and you
Yeah.
can bring in 18 or 15 or 10.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Issa said that you can bring in 3, but in the academy system, if a man can bring in 18.
Yes, because they are coming from a non-government institution. However, a little credit to Mr. Wellington and the team. They made some changes that relate to how much can come in currently. So it's the less from what would happen at York at that time.
Oh, okay. So some tweeting go on, some
Yes,
changes
yes,
go on.
yes.
Coach, you, if you come here and win a cup in Fenton for schoolboy football, you create history. Your name will be written out of Jackson out here, so.
Yes.
And everybody come and see it. You went through the zone. And you me have a me bash you know.
Yes, man. No problem.
Me have a the channel where me have a commentary when me say OCHI, you see all you know. Cause you have Senton on your back and you carry Senton on your back.
True.
So you got jump out against Happy Grove, man.
All right.
You get beat on your home ground, man.
Yes, man. Again, you know, I will take all responsibility for my team. Basically dropping out of the league and the zone, especially at that time. But in football terms now, you know, when you make your assessment, you have to be fair, and very critical. Our home game, my captain got a red card very early. Very, very early. We tried to come back in the game, it never worked. However, on the attacking front though, we missed too many goals. We missed too many goals. For example, we lost 2-1, and if you watch the tape, you realize that we got 3-4 chances that at least 2 of them should have been a goal. And then if you do that match back now, it would have been, say, 3-2. And then now, at the away game, the same thing happened, man. We're leading 2-0, and, man, act of God, man. I tell you the truth. I mean, there's some things in football that you have to take the blame for, but there's things that you can't do anything about, and we could not do anything about it. It was just not our season, not our time. Straight up. Because I think that the team that we have should not even drop out at the quarterfinals. I think that we have a very good squad, a strong team.
Because I heard things about you know, in pre-season, I heard that OCHI should go. So when you last year to Happy Grove, I watched the match, you know, I saw the red card to the youth, and it was what kind of red card anyway. But when you drop out against Happy Grove,
yes,
it was shocking.
Very shocking. Heartbreaking too.
Very shocking, because as a matter of fact, I spoke to a coach. Yeah, I spoke to a coach, and the coach said he was preparing for you.
Yeah, man. I must say, man, it's a very disappointing ending towards the season. But you know what I mean, I would not attack any of my players. You know, every team have problems, as my father would say. So then basically when you win, you can't complain because other team may have problems too.
Yeah.
Just like when you lose, don't complain because they can have problems too while you're winning. So we take it, but we're coming back. A good thing though, we maintain 16 of the players.
I'm gonna ask you about your team for next year, right? What does it take? Tell me about you. What does it take? I talk to some people. They say they spend 12 million for the season. You can't spend too much money. What is the preparation like for a Decasta Cup season?
All right, this year we must take it head on as it relates to certain things. For example, you know, better supplementation, a more consistent supplementation, more consistent feeding program. Thanks to the principal and the board, where they're trying to sort out, say, a dorm for us to stay on, where the players want to say go home, which will alleviate issues where transportation is concerned and bus fare.
Yeah.
And which also means now I have more time with the players to get them developed. Also, the mental aspect, a psychologist on the team as well, because the fact that we are in St. Anne, we have never won in St. Anne, never passed the quarterfinals in St. Anne. So then now, you look at team from, for example, in St. James, we have St. James High, who has won it along with Cornwall College.
Yeah.
Then if you have Rushies, we have Mannings, then you have we've been constantly going and have Godfrey Stewart who did it, Fumo did it.
Yeah.
So now it's a feeling that rubs off on others, Clarendon, Glenmore and so forth. Then you have Garvey, you have Lennon who did well as well.
Yeah.
So good performances rub off on your neighbors.
Yes.
So we don't have any neighbors right now here in St. Anne. So then now, as the term I call it, bad mind kind of limited in terms of the height.
Yeah.
Where that you can, you know what I mean?
It's like you have to be setting your own.
Your own target and own pace.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this season though, to be honest with you, will be a bit different. This will be my full third season with the boys.
Yeah.
I started with them at under 16, but they were 14 years old. So even though yesterday team we're not playing bad, they were young boys.
Oh.
So some of them still have 2 more seasons to go. Some of them this is your final season. So now I also have more maturity. For example, Ajish, this should have been Aji's second year, third year at OCHI High School. That is Kainan College.
Oh, Devante?
Devante, but then,
was that what you?
yeah, he came with us for a season, then he left and went to Kainan. So maturity is also a main factor in terms of performances.
Yeah, you don't have the seniority in the team.
Yes, yes. So then those are some of the things for me that when they're a bit more senior, you talk to them less.
Yes.
And the quality of information is more direct because you can speak specifically to certain situations. For, let's say you say, okay, we're getting up at say 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning. You will not need to be beating that in their heads basically. If you say we start warming up at 3 o'clock, when there's a lot of seniority in it, coach don't focus on doing more building in terms of mental, but more footballing information.
Yeah.
So I think that have a lot to do with it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Coach, 2 teams now in the Premier League from St. Anne, right? You have you have a Mount Pleasant who is, you can say, one of the best teams in the country.
Yes.
And you have Limal who is there now. What does it take? Does it come down to the schoolboy level? Does they see it as a motivation? Because St. Anne is seen now as a footballing. Does it come down to the school level?
I'm going to say yes and no. Yes, because if you look at, say, Wada Asiba, Cornell College was always winning the league.
Yeah.
Then if you look back now, what was it Hazard that was in Kainan? Then you had Kainan College. If you look at Reno, you had Mannings, you had Froome, you had. So then now all these Premier League teams have players who are winning the Doncaster Cup and the Manning Cup.
Right.
And that's not happening here in St. Anne. So we can say yes to that. However, what I recognize in the Premier League aspect, money goes a long way. Because if I'm 22 years old and I have a daughter, or even say no children, but then football is my job and my salary is 40,000, 30,000 and 20,000. Where does that go? So then now I have to do other things now than just play football. So I think even Limal is having a major challenge, not because of say just the schoolboy footballing in terms of who is coming up to them, but also the financial aspect of it. I think if they have a better financial support, then they will do much better.
You are a young coach. You are in it. You say your third season at RIOS High School. Do you see yourself anywhere around any national team in the long run? Do you want to stick with this football and build yourself that you reach there?
Well, I to be honest, I look up to, I met Craig Butler, but I look up to Mr. Butler. I will tell you why I say that. When I look at Mr. Butler, then for example, he took a road with Leon Bailey.
Yeah.
And like him or not, whatever anybody want to say, it's very successful. Coming from here. Then now he took another road with Mr. Whisper.
Yeah.
Then another thing again successful. I look up to persons like those in terms of footballing wise, in terms of bravery, in terms of direction and preparation. So what I did at former club, and I'm working through that club now. So if I coach National League, I have no problem coaching National League. But in terms of, I have a route that I'm working with for development, just like I did in the track and field, but I want to do it twice as better in the footballing arena.
So you presently have a club that you work with?
Yes,
and
academy
where you work with and try to get them up. Coach, is there anything that you next year team, what you looking forward to? I don't want you to go through this one and go drop out like
no man. But I will not.
I'm not need guarantee, you can't say why you're going to win this one or you're going to go through or anything. But you mentioned it that you should have a more mature squad next year. How is the team for next year?
Senior wise, I think I lose 3 starters.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's 3 starters and 1 from the bench. I think it's that 3 starters and 2 from the bench.
Mm-hmm.
So the team is quite strong. But what I like the most about the team is the maturity.
It's a maturity.
Is the maturity, and for that time I'm very optimistic, super optimistic. And to tell you the truth, when we came back from Cedar Park in Portland, when they dropped out of the league, I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
And I went home and I went to see the boys in the dorm. When I went to talk to the boys in the dorm, all I could see was disappointment because they believe that they did not do their best. And
which
for
is
me
good,
as a
which is good,
coach,
yeah.
is something good.
Yeah.
So along with their belief and the work that we're going to put in, I'm very optimistic. To be totally honest with you.
All right. So we continue another part of the interview. This time we're gonna talk to Coach PETERKIN. We come out as schoolboy, man. In knowing school and in talk about schoolboy, yeah. We jump over into big man football. Talk to me about Exchange and Lewis.
Well,
when you win anything with them?
Well, yeah, man, with Exchange, not with Lewis though.
Yeah.
Because I went to Lewis for a short time. I was after Exchange, but Exchange really started here in St. Ann, and I think we played Major League 4 seasons. We got 4 seasons. We came second, once and first 3 times.
You won Major League 3 times
Yeah,
in St. Ann?
3 times, yeah, man.
Eh?
Yes.
What I say?
And when I came, so it was a good time there. We tried to go to the National League, but I think our preparation wasn't the best. The year that Highgate went to National League.
Oh, Highgate.
Yeah, man. We had an incident at that time, but Highgate got lucky. You know what I mean? Because they went to JFF and some board meeting and they gave them 3 goals, 3 points. But without that, though, you know, we would have been in the National League, you know. But since then, yeah, man.
So you actually lost because of boardroom situation?
Well, what happened on the field? There was some incident on the field.
Yeah, so and the division went against Exchange?
Exchange in the boardroom, yeah, man.
Wow.
That's how we didn't end up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There, but it was really a good time there. I like the community and the team, to be honest with you. Not the most disciplined, but I can tell you on the field I play, man. I mean, it's a joy to coach to coach us.
So you have schoolboy level and you have
yeah.
Yeah. Coach PETERKIN, how do you see yourself in the coming years? What's the future hold for you?
Well, I think football wise I want to do a lot.
PETERKIN, how do you see yourself in the coming years?
Well, to be honest, I want to do a lot more work in football. I would love to prepare some youth who could be at the standard for the international market, and for sure, definitely, you know, want to give St. Ann a trophy, you know. And you know, I was thinking about leaving the track and field for good, but you know, some athletes keep popping up, so I'm gonna start something there to just develop and send them off to the top clubs in Kingston. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm going to be resting there for the next 5 years, and after that, then I'll see what happens.
And then talk to the OCHI high school football community. Talk to them, tell them, encourage them. Talk to your boys, everybody. Talk to your principal.
Well, what we do with the principal, you know, just continue support, you know. Mm-hmm. And the past students, you know, I would like for them to come on board a bit more. You know what I mean? Because we really need them, you know. To win football, you know, it's not just the team, that's not the players, not the coach, the principal. It's the community, you know, it's the fans, you know. Mm-hmm. It's the community in general where the boys are from, you know. So we need more strength in that aspect, financial aspect as well, you know what I mean? And even help as it relates to even we call it now team building, you know, managing, you know, whatever anybody can help assist with, you know, even in service, you know what I mean? So if we get that though, I think we can give off a good showing for next season. Coach PETERKIN, respect, you know. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. Blessed love, General.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I want to say, boy, yeah, we search for him. Let me tell you again. If you are doing something good, Island Up in Sport is gonna come and search for you. We search for Coach PETERKIN. He's the one, you know, he was the one who carried St. Ann this year and it back, you know, with OCHI. It was the only St. Ann team that went through to the interzone. Yeah, man, seriously, OCHI was the. So I sat down and I said, wait, he's doing something, man. But unfortunate things happen. You heard him explain it, and he's coming back stronger next year, he said. All right? This is Island Up in Sport. Hey, go and subscribe, man. We are in St. Ann, RIOS Tenants Bay. Right here, the home of Mount Pleasant. And we are talking to Mr. Peterkin. We're gonna come back to you when you go down in the D cup. When
Yes,
you
sir.
go down in the D cup. Yeah? Remember now, if it I can do a research, but if a Central team has gone to the semi-final, that was like in the 70s.
No, it was, I think, it's the quarterfinal. I think Marcus Garvey had
Marcus
it.
Garvey.
Yes.
Yes. Quarterfinal with 90s.
Yes.
With
Yes.
Cornwall and
I'm not sure. I think
yeah.
OCHI win quarterfinal once. I'm not sure.
Yes.
I think Marcus Garvey. Yeah, man.
Right. So you have something. You have something to. And let me tell you, whether we near or far, we follow the program.
Yes.
We follow OCHI. Yes, we follow OCHI. OCHI have a history of football right here at Jackstad. We can call some name, man. Ragnar, man, brush them and them, man.
Yeah, man.
When
Brush
them man
them
are
good tough.
Jack
Yeah,
ball, man. Yeah? And Marcus Garvey versus OCHI. What you talk about, man? Let me tell them my little brother Ricky was a baby. Yeah? Take care. See you.
Yeah, man.
Until then, respect again to Coach
Bless
Peter
up.
again.
Yeah, man. All right.